like the whole Torah outlook on, you see, even you called it the D word. It's like we can't even say it, right? I think the whole Torah outlook on death is so refreshing and so necessary for our dystopian world. You know, the world that we live in is so obsessed with, it's us against them. It's death, and it's those who survive death, and everything is always focused on, like, why do you think these things are so popular? Like the whole vampire movie culture, on the one hand. A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about Halloween and the obsession with fear and not only the Halloween thing, but the past, I don't know how long, Jim, you would know better, 10 years or more, a major genre that's been coming out of the entertainment world is not just disaster movies, but end of the world. End of the world. That's the scenario. You know, it is a total apocalypse, because that somehow feeds into something that people have some sort of a twisted need for. And I have a lot to say about that, but it's like everything is on this thing of the total kind of vulnerability of the human condition and the finality of life. And I have a lot to say about, I think, the Torah's outlook on how we should be viewing death and what it really means to us.
This is why even a show like today is really important, is if we can help people, you know, with the D word, with death, you know. But you know, they say, you know, I'm a filmmaker, and in filmmaking, there's a saying that when you want to make a good drama, you either start with a wedding or you start with a funeral. If you think about, you know, here in America, you think about some of the classic motion pictures like, you know, The Godfather. It starts with a wedding, you know. The Deer Hunter starts with a wedding. And then some wag decided to write a comedy and thought, you know, let's really make sure we're going to have an audience. Let's make a movie called Four Weddings and a Funeral.
Right.
So the thing is, and the reason, of course, is the reason that you can make a wonderful story because of those subjects, is because it's always a change. It's a very pivotal change in people's lives when they either get married or they either, you know, they lose a loved one.
And by focusing on the life cycle, things that all people share, you're getting the viewer right away to identify, because, you know, everybody has their own associations with these things.